And we are live.
Yes, we are.
And direct. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 185. Today is Monday, June 11th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
10-ish. What's going on? Yeah. Alex, Daily, D True, Tessa, what's going on? CAJ. Cali J, I'm assuming. Alex Daly. As soon as I say your name, I thought the same thing. Not far from 5K for Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah. A lot of tears over the weekend.
Alex, all right. He has been giving us all the bearish signals. I wish he would stop. No, we appreciate it, Alex. Jizzy Mac, what's going on? Carlos Roden, what's going on? Yes, crypto is taking a hit. Antonio, good morning. Crypto Q, shout out. He's at a conference right now for Bitcoin and crypto. Hopefully, he'll ask some of these regulators some questions.
Oh, yeah.
God TV, Rashid L. All right, blockchain coming on in. There we go. Everybody coming on in.
Yeah, shout out to Crypto Q getting that master's.
Oh, yeah, Crypto Q. Yeah. Go ahead.
Applying for that master's.
Yeah, applying for the master's degree, definitely.
Network security. That's what we need.
Congrats. Early congrats. All right, for the free Bitcoin last week, who won?
Oh, yeah. So for our free Bitcoin winner, it was Atarax Parkour. Thank you for your comment.
Oh, good comment, too. I saw that.
Great comment. Definitely.
Very thoughtful.
Definitely thought out. Definitely good 2 or 3 paragraphs worth of information, basically stating that the real access to data that we have isn't real, and that it would be good to have basically KYC on politicians. Like, it's basically if we knew who, like he said, who you follow on Facebook, what groups do you like, or what activities do you engage in over the course of your career, it'd be a lot easier to get somebody in office that you can trust, so to say. So good comment there. I already sent that free Bitcoin. Thank you, Atarax.
Thank you for that, Atarax Parkour. Much appreciated. All right, you already know what time it is. Let's hop straight into it.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Top story. CME and Bitcoin exchanges. It should be exchange. It says exchange. Dispute led to U.S. regulators to open price manipulation probe. This is how the press from the Wall Street Journal, though we are reading off Cointelegraph. Looks like regulators from the CFTC, you know, old Grandpa Giancarlo. I told you all to watch out about calling him that too early.
Told y'all.
You know, I said they take things in small bites until they get it all, but it looks like CFTC has reportedly demanded extensive trading data from several cryptocurrency exchanges. Those exchanges look to be, Bitstamp, Coinbase, Itbit, and Kraken, where the launch of the futures of CME Group December of last year formed this Bitcoin future prices based off of those 4 exchanges. You could tell they didn't know what they were doing, because anybody in the market would actually told them, or anybody in the industry or the community would have told them not to use those 4.
I mean, out the 4 you can use.
Out the 4 you can use, you use those 4. Come on. So, you know, it's kind of their fault, but now they're actually upset because they're thinking it's market manipulation was going on, which we said was already going on over at Coinbase. We know how they're playing is not fair. Possibly Bitstamp and Kraken as well, allegedly. But now they got mad. Of course, they went to Granddaddy Government, Big Daddy Government, and now the CFTC is launching a probe into these exchanges and their trading data.
Oh yeah.
Long story, but it's basically doing what the Federal Reserve did in that book. Was it the Jekyll?
Yeah,
the Island of Jekyll, Miss Hyde. I mean, it is the banks and these big companies are literally doing the same thing. CME is saying, well, hey, we can't win on our own. We're not getting our way. So let's use taxpayer dollars to get the government involved where nobody asked them to help CME probe crypto exchanges that already existed prior to the U.S. government even saying crypto is real.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Again, disheartening. Disheartening is the word.
It's hard. I mean, they've discussed this before in, you know, different areas, of course, in Congress, of course, in private, but it's out in the open now. They actually put out an entire statement saying cryptocurrencies can't be stopped. This is something that we have to pay attention to, and people are paying attention. Obviously, as you can see with price movements over the weekend, that's definitely something to be said about a price manipulation probe from CME, as well as with other exchanges. I mean, these 4 exchanges, like we said before, come on, you use Kraken and
those are the ones you use. Yeah, come on. You wanted this to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, because I'm going to say CME. I'm pretty sure the CEO, the ones that came out and said, or he came out and said, we're going to tame the crypto market or whatever.
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure you picked these 4 exchanges strategically for a reason. You didn't start this whole futures market in crypto and not know what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
You picked these 4 exchanges. You knew you have a chance at this probe if something went wrong, and you're getting what you wanted.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, not even mad.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure this was like their backup plan. Like, oh yeah, we use these terrible numbers that they have, and then just in case we don't get what we want,
just in case
price manipulation.
We'll use the one we know manipulating prices. That's Coinbase. How do we know that? Because one of us here has done business with them, probably. Right?
Oh yeah. And it's a good strategy from a business standpoint, but like we said, that's what happens in a new industry.
There we go. John Siebert. That is very funny. He said, "Creature from Diddley Island," the new edition. Exactly. That's what it should have been. The Creature from Diddley Island. That's a great name.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, of course, the price. Everybody tries to blame it on one thing. It's not one thing, but this definitely plays a part to it. When you have regulators trying to get trading data from exchanges, that is literally just the beginning, because they can get the trading data. They can almost use that to backwards find some of these addresses, at least the high value ones they're looking for. So
true.
Again, they do these things in little bites and little steps, which is why you're not supposed to give them anything.
Yeah,
like our government says, don't negotiate with terrorists.
Keep giving them little by little, and one day you look up and it's all over.
Oh man, that is terrible. But hey, more news, more FUD. Mainstream media convinced that the Coinrail hack caused a crypto price plunge over the weekend.
Come on, man.
What's going on with that?
Well, this is some fresh FUD that came out. A lot of people basically knew it wasn't real, or wasn't a big reason for the drop. Like I said, the crypto market lost, I think, 40 billion this weekend. The entire trading volume of Coinrail was, I think, 40 million. So it's not even, that's a drop in the bucket for what could have happened. Coinrail is number 99 ranked exchange. I think they have an average of 2 to 3 million a day worth of volume. So this has nothing to do with anything. It's a headline. It just happens. Yeah, it's just a headline that happened at around the same time. And in my opinion, Coinrail may have, of course, they may have been hacked, whatever. But in my opinion, it may have just been good to put it out now in the midst of the price dropping, because then they could say, well, if this happened, then it hurts our exchange, it hurts us, our business model as well. With the price going, we took a loss, whatever, blah blah blah. Yeah, it might get some sympathy, but yeah, it's kind of weird that Coinrail is at the front of this news. It has nothing to do with anything.
And the problem with this, when you talk about mainstream media, it says here, we'll highlight it. Looks like sources that reported on this were Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, Reuters, The Guardian, and The Guardian, excuse me. All 4 places where if you're getting your primary crypto news from, you're already you're already losing.
You're a little bit behind.
Of course, the Daily Game, watch all those things. So you literally have people who don't know anything about crypto, and all they're seeing is crypto exchange hack, $37 million in losses. When in reality, this is a very small exchange, and a lot of new people, of course, don't know this is an international market.
Yeah.
So,
pretty sure Coinrail didn't affect this market like that.
I highly doubt Coinrail put a dent into it. But let's see. Will there be more fun in this bear market as Bitcoin goes down to 4,800? Charts don't lie.
Yeah.
Yep. And what's your thought on everything being coupled to Bitcoin?
Well, right now everything coupled to Bitcoin is taking a loss because Bitcoin is, and as soon as you start getting like one of the Binance is talking about getting true USD and Euro, and of course Tether's still out there a little bit, but obviously if it's coupled to BTC, it has the same movements. As you can see, most of them are. The cryptos you should be looking at are the ones that either stay steady during Bitcoin's movements or actually still go up, because that means they have a community that doesn't care. They're still going to buy it against BTC price. And when it goes away, we'll see what the demand for Bitcoin is. However, if you take away Bitcoin pairs, but you have altcoins that aren't worth anything, people will still run to Bitcoin. So it's one of those things you have to wait and see, but it will be interesting to see what happens.
Jizzy Max said, actually, charts do lie. That's actually true as well. I mean,
in Bitcoin, yes.
And because we all know a tweet can disrupt a chart quicker than almost anything out there. So, semi-true.
Absolutely.
Kind of going with Binance, since you brought it up. Binance is about to launch the Euro trading pairs this year. So you kind of alluded to it. What's going on with Binance?
Oh yeah, more trading pairs for Binance. They look to be at the forefront of all these exchanges by adding more and more features. Basically, if you use the euro, you can have the trading pairs of altcoins to euro. You can directly deposit the euro and then buy altcoins. However, I want to see what KYC you have to do in order to do it before we jump out there. Because I'm pretty sure if you have people put it in fiat currency, they got to do something. I mean,
right, at
this point, yeah, they got to be doing something. So I wouldn't get too excited, but if you have euros or if you trade in euros, it's a lot easier process to go from that to fiat than to go from that to Bitcoin to that. Back to Bitcoin, back to fiat. So as we've said before, Bittrex already announced USD pairs coming, Binance, Euro. Not surprised, but we'll be interested to see. This is kind of where the split is happening, Sergeant Crypto. The coupling to BTC, this is where it starts getting split up. So be interesting to see.
All right, we'll see what happens with Binance and the Euro trading pair.
CZ not playing with you.
Right.
CZ.
Huge story. This is, one of definitely the top 3 stories, and that is Tezos. Tezos, this article saying Tezos co-founder on Know Your Customer demands it is not my call. For those who have not heard yet, in order for you to withdraw your funds from that Tezos ICO, and kind of going back to exactly what Tezos is, it launched last year, raised $232 million, the largest sum ever for ICO at that time. But if you didn't keep up with the stories, we kind of, we try to keep up as much as possible with our audience. But if you haven't heard, there was a lot of infighting going on basically between the founders and the foundation. What happened is, what country was Tezos in? I can't even think right now. I think it was in a European country, north somewhere. But anyway, the infighting caused them, I think it was like Sweden. I can't remember where they had the foundation at. But in order for the foundation to operate legally within this country, and Bitcoin's is about to look that up, they had to have a separate foundation to separate the money from the founders itself. They got the infighting. The project was stalled. Of course, Don Draper is one of the major backers there, so he kind of kept everyone on bay. But between that, their own lawsuits they've been getting from their investors and separate launch attempts, everyone wasn't sure what was going to happen with the project. Now they're saying in order to receive your coins, you have to fill out a Know Your Customer info, which basically gives the government all your information and lets them know that you invest in this ICO, even though they told you not to, at least in the United States of America.
Oh, yeah. And if the regulations against ICOs come out that you are trading securities or they are deemed securities, if you do KYC and it's shown that you're an American, boom, they got you. They got your information. All right, we know you invested in this. You might not even get your Tezos at that point, even if you like even if you do it, and you're just like, well, even if I just get out, just immediately sell. Nah, they probably just may freeze that address. It's a lot of stuff they could do because, like we said, with blockchain technology, it's pretty easy to identify who people are if you attach a name to the address. The anonymity and an anonymous portion of it came from the addresses. So if you attach a name to it, you just gave it up. And with Tezos, I know a lot of people are actually kind of down on it, but it's kind of funny. This actually is kind of bullish for Tezos because let's say, for example, they raised 230 million with that equivalent in tokens. If like a quarter of the tokens can't be claimed, you just basically burn the supply with more demand, because then that means the people who couldn't get their Tezos from the foundation are going to try and get it either off an exchange, over the counter, however. So you actually just made it more bullish. And it kind of sucks, but it's kind of a byproduct of what happens when you do ICOs and there's no regulation. They just make it up as they go.
They're literally making the rules as they go.
As they go, yeah. This was not a thing last week. Like, it wasn't even the KYC.
Right, they made it up over the weekend. It's interesting. Again, this is really unfortunate because it's one of those things, at least here in America, it's, well, are you only doing this for American citizens?
Yeah.
And if so, what are the rules around this? It's pretty unfair. I mean, clearly. And this is one of the things we said this going back to last year, that they're going, and by there, we're talking about government, specifically the U.S. government. They're going to try to squeeze anyone who is not already wealthy out of crypto.
Yeah.
They're doing that by pushing that price point down. They're doing it by things with the ICOs. They're trying to scare you away from ICOs. And literally, you're not doing anything wrong, but telling the entire world, hey, I have an interesting project, I need funding. And the entire world is saying, hey, you can have a peace of mind. But the U.S. is saying we're going to regulate all the money in the entire world.
All of it.
All of it.
It's all
ours.
Thought you was going to make it? Oh,
right. And they're criminalizing your options of even trying to make money if you're not above a certain income level. You don't have a certain legal team, and you don't fill out extensive, hard to understand licenses. So yeah, good luck though.
Oh yeah, super sneaky. Yeah, exactly.
Super sneaky. Yeah. Overnight, Tezos, know your customer if you want your money back, basically.
Absolutely.
Right. The Moscow Stock Exchange is preparing to display ICO market data. In other news, Russia looks to be ICO friendly. They're not what's called the Moscow Exchange, Russia's largest stock exchange operator, is reportedly preparing the infrastructure to publish ICO information for investors this year. Looks like they're not going to actually do the ICO token itself. They're just going to talk about the information regarding it, some of the things you may or may not want to know. I almost wonder if it's going to turn to like a giant ad where whoever pays the most get the most exposure.
Yeah. Oh, our coin went up 40%. Ours went up 40x, whatever. Yeah. I think whenever, big countries have, they have these announcements that will list the prices, it's the first step towards them accepting it, but it's Russia. So it's not like they're gonna just let you run free with ICOs. If they do it, it'll be state-sponsored or state-backed with only projects that they approve probably. And they'll display those prices so that more people can come into the market or legitimize the market, so to say. But it will still be under their rule of thumb. I want people to understand that is, yes, if you want more people to come and more institutional investors, cool, that's fine for the price, but you have to understand you're not going to do it without at least a heavy hand from the government, at least trying to smack it down. So,
and it looks like this exchange, or excuse me, the exchange is also saying that they are possibly thinking about issuing. I guess it's the same thing. Possibly thinking. They're thinking of possibly issuing future contracts for ICOs if there is a demand from investors. So you already see the money play here. Yeah. They want to put future contracts on ICOs.
Who's making these contracts, brother?
Who's making the rules? Yeah. This is ridiculous. But again, the government is running as a private business. This is what happens, and it'll be interesting to see because I'm sure that will affect the price as well. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's also about who actually bought the ICO. But if you're in a place like the United States where it's illegal, quote unquote, then you might be able to skirt around that by going to the Moscow Stock Exchange and buying a futures contract on an ICO.
Yeah,
you gotta do a lot I see the derivatives and all this happening all again.
You got to do a lot of jumping through hoops to do it. But yeah, in the words of the great Benny Siegel, get down or lay down, because that's basically what they're doing to everybody and everything.
Right.
You either go get with it or hey, we're gonna figure out a way.
Speaking of hacking and more crypto being stolen, hackers stole over $20 million in Ethereum from insecurely configured clients. What is going on with the Ethereum clients? Well, keyword clients, not Ethereum.
Clients, yes, not actual Ethereum. This was a pretty funny story to me, only because they've pointed out this security flaw a long time ago. A few people on Twitter, a few people on a few different Bitcoin sites, they were discussing it before with Ethereum, saying that if you have an Ethereum node, if you're trying to process transactions and you don't secure the actual port, it's the port 8545, I believe. If you use that port is insecure. They will find a way to snatch it from you. And they showed the way that they did it. They actually took, I think, 3.9 Ethereum before. And they said if anybody uses this port, every time they validate transactions, whoever is hacking it can steal it straight from them. Today, they're up to 20 million worth of Ethereum that they've just been taking straight off the top from anybody trying to validate any of these transactions. So 20.5 million so far. And right now, it's one of those things that if you see a security flaw and you can't secure your own crypto, you can't be in it right now on a large scale, because 20 million is a lot.
Right. So this is literally coming from people who had the Ethereum client on their node.
Yep.
For whatever reason, either they saw the update come out or they didn't update it, and they basically left their node at risk, and a hacker came in and went back and exploited all those risks.
Oh yeah, it's like leaving a window open. And somebody keeps telling you, hey,
leaving your window open during a riot.
Yeah, exactly. Like something's gonna happen. It's one day, and then when it does, you come back, and then your house looks like Will Smith when he came back. Fresh Prince, empty.
All right, so important to know if you have a node where you're hosting one of the clients, whether it's Bitcoin blockchain or Ethereum. Make sure you stay up to date with it. I mean, that goes to the desktop wallets as well. I know that has updates frequently. Exodus has frequent updates. Some of the individual wallets for altcoins have a lot of updates. So if you're holding your own money, again, you are your own bank. You are in charge of the security of that bank. Spend an hour on Saturday and stay up to date on everything.
Yeah.
Or this will happen.
Yeah, because Ethereum, I will say they've had so many struggles, but some of this is just goofy. This is just, I mean, if I was anywhere near an Ethereum node or anywhere near the Ethereum project trying to make millions or had millions at my disposal, there's no way I would let this go over my head. Like, of course, you have to get a security person and then go from there. So hopefully they figure it out. And
If not,
this is
double tag them.
It's the Wild West.
Ramo Jones said KuCoin is doing Know Your Customer Now. Shake my head. I didn't know they were. So did they start as well?
Yep. They actually jumped into it after I think it was after Binance or somebody else introduced it. They did like the next day. Not Binance. I'm sorry, but yeah, they introduced it. Their KYC is more based on your withdrawals though. You don't have to do it initially, but if you try to take anything out, you got to do that KYC.
Oh, you want to take it off the exchange?
You want to take it away? Oh, okay. Yeah, we got.
It's unfortunate. Yeah, somebody said Jizzy Max said back to Craptopia. It's one of those things where, I guess last year it would have been profitable to just get up a bunch of these accounts. Remember, people were selling accounts at one point. Yep. Was it on Binance or something? Just get accounts with some high limits everywhere and just start selling them off. Like 100K. You trying to withdraw your money? I'm going to need 100K up front.
Yep. And it'll be like, hey, it's on you. Do what you want. But yeah, some people are selling accounts for this reason because there's I don't know what's going on exactly, but there's something with these exchanges where there's a shift of what they could be to what governments want them to be.
Right.
They're literally, they got to be in the ear right now. Like, oh, you want to make millions of dollars, billions of dollars? Yeah, you're going to have to give somebody.
Come on down to death row.
Come on down to death row.
Yeah. Oh, you are wearing a hoodie today, too.
Come on down to death row. Yeah.
And last but not least, we talked about this story last week. Bitmain, owned by Jihan Wu, sells an ASICs. They decided to launch an IPO, or at least the rumblings of an IPO. Well, it looks like they already raised $400 million in the past week, valuing their company at $12 billion. Wow. Some estimates had about $8.8 to $10 billion. We did say it was, easy a multi-billion-dollar company. But yeah, I will give it to them for ASICs itself to be valued at $12 billion. That means a company or a group of people want to aggressively continue to exploit whatever they can in some of these crypto algos by using the ASICs and hopefully get their money back before these loopholes are closed. So we'll see, but they're paying a lot of money for this company.
Yeah, because I think Bitmain is on track, like we said, to IPO, of course, but I think they're worth more than $12 billion because the future implications of what they provide. If they can mine Bitcoins, if they can sell Bitcoin miners pretty much forever, I mean, they have the hardware. I mean, if you can build it, if you can do this in an industry that I know will be around for a long time, $12 billion is a drop in the bucket. I think they'll be worth way more. I'm just the type of person, I wouldn't sell that early if I knew if it's worth $12 billion, it's worth $24 billion. Like it's, it's literally.
It looks like Bitmain has their market cap between $30 and $40 billion themselves.
Gotta be, yeah. They lowballing you on that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good start for the first round, 400 mil. It looks like it was led by Sequoia Capital China, a VC that has been active. It looks like in the crypto space as well in the past, and that's out of China, of course. But wow. Let's see what happens next.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta love crypto. All right, for the free Bitcoin day, what are we doing?
Oh, yeah. So for the free Bitcoin, we need to keep the discussion going with ICOs and the KYC laws that just pop up. Will you buy any ICOs from here until forever, until they figure out the ICO law? Because, like we said, it could be a big honeypot with Tezos. You buy an ICO, you can't get it out. Or you could get into ICO and 10 exit in 6 months. So will you buy ICOs until they come out with ICO regulation? Let us know. Let us know your reasoning. Put your public address, and we'll send those free Satoshis.
There it is. Will you buy ICOs?
Oh, yeah.
Man. You know what? They are making it harder and harder to operate in the United States, but you gotta love this gangster government. It is what it is, people. Same everywhere else. Russia's doing it too. Iran looks like it's doing it.
Yeah, well,
can't get away.
Gotta do it.
All right. Other than that, newsletter special still going on?
Absolutely. 50-50 promotion. 50% off all new subscribers. Newsletter promotion, 7 newsletters for $10. The most referrals for any new people wins a free Trezor. We'll make sure everybody can see that.
Oh, there you go.
Free Trezor for everybody.
Still in the plastic.
Still in the plastic. Not trying to take your private keys or anything. Definitely good hardware storage for you. And yep, all through June. All through June.
And we'll be sending out emails this week along with it. Other than that, have a very happy Monday. Get off started to a great week. It's going to be good, people. We know it's in the red. Let the market do what it does. Let the FUD keep fudding.
Continue building.
Keep holding. Keep holding. Until tomorrow. Cheers.
Have a good one, people.